short form and long form content on my Spikes and Gills YouTube channel. I do record and upload YouTube Shorts videos that are under a minute long. That's short form content. That's available on my Spikes and Gills YouTube channel. But also I've got long form content. I've got actual episodes that are 15 to 20 minutes long uploaded on my YouTube channel. And on any videos you're watching, won't you please smash that like button for me? That just helps the algorithm boost that video. It gets that video more impressions and ultimately more views and more likes and just more interaction with my viewers and followers. Whew, she stinks. Ooh-wee. Man, she stinks. Yeah, she's stinky. Whew. Very stinky. I might be able to carry that, probably. Alright. Oh, that's gross. Yeah, it's pretty gross. One bag. 2 bags. Hey everyone, help me. I think there's at least 2 deer carcasses here. One hit by a car in front of my friend from work's house. And then my buddy Dan, he claimed the deer and butchered it, got what meat he could salvage off that deer hit by the car. And then another deer carcass is from the buck I harvested just this past November. And here's that buck now. I'm recording. Oh yes, I got him. He's dead right here, guys. I got my buck. Oh, he's nice. That's him. Yes, and he's nice. Well, I made a perfect shot on him. He's heavy too. All right, I got to record, isn't it? Sa. Hey everybody. Oh, this buck. What a beautiful Maine 8-point buck. Hey, he may field dress 155-ish, close to 160. He's pretty long. He might weigh up pretty good. A good 150 to 160 pounds field dressed, I'd say. Just a good solid 2.5-year-old 8-pointer. Yeah, so I've got those 2 deer carcasses here. I have some dead heads from Taxidermy I'm doing for guys. There's 3 dead heads in this bucket. I'm doing, well actually there was, yeah, the skull caps were cut off, these dead heads. These are actually actual shoulder mounts I'm doing on these bucks. And these are dead heads from 3 bucks that I'm going to be mounting. So I got some bait from Taxidermy that I do on the side. And just for friends and family right now and until I get licensed. And yeah, so we've got, well, I got all kinds of meat scraps and hide in that tote down there. So I got pieces and scrap meat and stuff from dead heads that I cleaned up for European mounts or for shoulder mounts that I'm gonna do for friends and family. And some couple deer carcasses from one that I harvested and one that was hit by a car. So I've got all this bait here that I'm going to be setting up in front of my Rhino 150 blind right here. Or it's a one, yeah, it's the 150, the Rhino 150. So I've got, see, I got it all brushed in. I got a lot of tree branches and dead trees and stuff in front of it to create like a fortress around the blind, so the deer and coyote and stuff go by the blind so they don't walk too close to it and don't know that the blind's there. The deer have gotten used to this blind. This blind has been here over a year. For almost a year and a half now, that blind sat in that exact spot. I never moved it. And that's become part of the landscape. And the deer are so used to it. I've got a trail camera. I have a trail camera right here. Got a Moultrie chip right in front of my blind that's been set up there for over a year. I've got some nice buck pictures on this camera, walking within 8 to 10 yards in front of this blind. Here are those pictures now. Yeah, so the deer, the does and bucks, the local does and bucks that are residents in this area, that are living right here in these woods I hunt, they're used to this blind. They ignore the blind now. It's become part of the landscape. So I'm going to have all this bait, this coyote and bobcat bait, set up about 40 yards. That's probably exactly what about 40 yards that way. I shot a nice bobcat here out of this blind on some bait over here last year. Here's that cat now. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, I got him. Oh, that's a nice cat. Oh, that's a big bobcat for Maine. average size probably. Oh man, about a 40-yard shot with buckshot. 12 gauge shotgun, buckshot, about 40 yards. Can't beat that. I hit it a little back. It ran off a little bit, but I think I saw it go down right there. Yes! Oh, nice cat. Whew. About an average size bobcat from Maine. Oh, a good 20 plus pounds. Probably 20, 22 pounds, somewhere in there. I think a little under 25. Might be 25 pounds. If it is, that's a big bobcat. A 25, 30 pound bobcat in Maine is a big trophy bobcat. Oh, this thing's heavy. It's not that light. Yeah, so yeah, that's a nice one. I had this bait I had set up for about a month. It took a good month before animals like this started coming into my bait. And I actually set that bait up with hopes to get a bobcat. That was my first intention with it. But now that I got a bobcat, I'm going to focus on coyote now. Yeah, so I'm going to be setting up all this bait from deer carcasses. That's what I got right now for bait. I do use turkey carcasses and chicken carcasses from turkeys and chickens that me and my family and friends eat. I'll gather all of them. So chicken and turkey carcasses work great for bobcat bait and coyote bait. Obviously deer carcasses. Pretty much any meat scraps and carcasses you can get from roadkill or from farmers, you want to gather all that up and set it out in one big giant bait pile. Tie some up to trees so the coyotes can't easily, like tie your carcasses, rib cages and legs up to trees so the coyotes can't drag that off out of your ambush spot. That way they're kind of forced to stay there to nibble at it, bite at it. And you don't have to worry about bobcats dragging any bait off. The bobcats will eat your bait right where you set it. The cats won't drag it off. They'll come in and eat, nibble at it, and go on, mosey on, and they'll come back later times. So set your bait out about 50, 60 yards from your blind. If in some cases it's best to set it out further. 100 yards is good if you're a good shot. But I'm using a shotgun here in this setup. See, I'm in the woods. It's kind of thick woods, a lot of trees. And I shot that bobcat here with my 12 gauge shotgun out of this exact blind last year over my bait site where I'm setting this up. So the coyotes do come in here. I had a lot of coyotes coming, but I've really got a night hunt here to get the coyotes. They're nocturnal. So I do plan on doing some night sits here in this blind. I'm gonna put my little buddy Coleman heater in here, so I'll have some heat. I'll shut up all the windows and get it nice toasty warm in there with my little buddy Coleman heater. And I'm gonna do some night sits for 3-4 hours at night after dark. And what I'll do is probably come out at like 8 o'clock and sit till like midnight watching this bait, do a night coyote hunt on this bait site. Now I'll be equipped with my shotgun and a red colored flashlight tied to the gun. And I'll have a light on my camera, main camera, so I'll have some light to shine. As soon as I know the coyote are on the bait, I'll get that light on and be shooting. And I'm using shotgun with buckshot, or also number 4, number 5 shot, or double odd buckshot works great out of a shotgun at close range for coyote and cats. So I'll have a scatter gun anyway. So all I got to do is point at the coyote as they're running, and especially not being equipped with a night vision scope or anything. I'll just be relying on a flashlight tied to the shotgun or the light on my camera shining on the coyote, and I'll just point and shoot with number 5, number 4, or double odd buckshot. Settle in, plan on sitting for a minimum of 3 hours, especially for bobcat. You could be sitting for 3, 4, 5, in some cases 6 hours in your blind before a coyote or bobcat comes in. All right. I've got running 2 GoPros here. Hey GoPro, say hi to my GoPro Max 360. Yeah, these GoPro Maxes are sweet cameras. So here's where the bobcat came into the turkey carcass last year. Yeah, the bobcat was coming in from the swamp and stuff, the thicker woods back here, coming to my bait site. So I'm putting all this bait out right here, some on this little hump right here, and most of it back there, so I don't get a lot of it on camera. I don't like to be filming the wildlife, having like a lot of deer carcasses or buckets and barrels and stuff on frame. I like to try to get footage of the wildlife without any unsightly stuff in the way interfering with the shot. So I hide my bait behind the berm, this little hill. Most of it will be back there, and I'll have all them sticks, dead branches and sticks covering it to make it harder for the coyote to drag it off. They'll have to work extra hard at getting to it, and there's less chance of having all your bait be gone in one night. Your coyotes will drag all this bait off. I've got like 200 pounds of bait of deer carcasses and stuff here that the coyotes could drag off in one night if I don't bury it with sticks and hemlock, pine boughs and logs, dead trees and stuff. So I'll bury it up, make it tougher for them coyote to drag it off. The rains and snow will come and bury it, freeze it up. The cold temps will freeze this up, and the little water and snow that melts down into the carcasses and in the ground, and the cold temps come on, it will freeze that up, stick it all together, make it one big meatsicle. It'll all be frozen and stuck underneath all them branches and trees. It'll make it really hard for the coyote to drag that off. They'll have to just lick at it and bite at it and paw at it. They'll work extra hard at it. So it'll actually keep them coyote there long enough for you to get your light on and your gun up and aiming and shooting them coyote before they take off. So that's some tips for you when setting your bait up. Yeah, so I better get all this bait out and get out of here. So all them deer carcasses and dead heads will be right here. You know, at a later time after Christmas, I'll set out the turkey and chicken carcasses and other food scraps that I get from Christmas time. So bring out here. I have a bag of I do have a bag of gravy, chicken broth, beef broth, chicken broth, gravies, all that. Bring all that to your bait, save all that, or make it and buy the broths and stuff. Pour it all over the tree trunks and on the ground. Put all that extra scent out there to attract the coyotes and bobcat. And it also creates licking posts for the bobcat and coyote. They'll come in and lick and paw at those stumps and tree trunks, licking that gravy and beef and chicken broth off the tree trunk. That's just extra attracting, extra bait, and then plus your carcasses. All right, enough talking. Let's get this bait set up. All right, let's get this bait out. Oh, it's oh, it's one way. Hold on a second. Yeah. All right. Oh man. Oh, what do we got here? Whew. There's that. Some gravy. Oh. Whew. Yeah, that stinks. Stinks really bad. There it is. All right, go. Now bobcats are very visual hunters. This is hanging some deer legs or some deer hide up in the tree. That's a great attractant for bobcats. And your birds and any coyote passing by, they'll spot that. They'll think deer, free meal. Yeah, that's great to attract your birds and crows and things like that. And that'll ultimately attract your coyote and bobcat and fox and stuff. So the bobcat, they'll see that and come right in to investigate. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Hey everyone. I'm gonna move about almost a mile away from this spot and set up again, hopefully out of the wind. I'm gonna try to find a windless side of the hill where I'm out of the wind and comfortable and warmer. And I'll try.